Welcome to the Valor Series Week 2 recap. Week 2 established Nova Esports as the favourites of the European region and closed the field amongst their competition. Existence started off clashing with fellow Spaniards Clash Esports. Clash were the less experienced side, but their support Mowgli opened a new book on his jungle and helped his team upset the Valor Series veterans 2-0. Our second match of EU was the biggest of day 1. Team Queso challenged the reigning regional champions Nova Esports. Team Queso were worthy challengers, but ultimately they were melted by the stars of Nova Esports as Nova stepped ahead to take the set in the day's second clean 2-0. On day 2, Cream Esports played Existence in a match between two winless sides. Cream had just swapped in Alex P4 Denalians, and he burst onto the battlefield, leading Cream to a convincing win and perhaps the beginning of changing fortunes for their season. Sleepy Team vs Nova should have been a wash, as the inexperienced Sleepy Team met one of the most decorated core rosters in Arena of Valor history. Instead, Sleepy Team challenged Nova, pushing them to pull out some world-beating form for their eventual 2-0 win. This left Nova as uncontested and undefeated EU favourites, but the rest of EU is more unsure than ever, especially with Cream Esports pulling out a clean-looking win. The rest of the European season is wide open. This season's Latin American scene is mind-bendingly good, and Week 2 certainly bent mine. We started off business as usual. Geo Esports continued erupting onto the scene with a tectonic 2-0 victory over Cream Esports.
And annihilate them all behind the tower. Geo turned this fight a 2v3.
That sense of normalcy was quickly shaken though, as INTZ, a team which failed to even make finals last season, brought their series versus the LATAM Nova roster to a 1-1 tie, proving that not even the reigning champions are secure in Latin America. LATAM Day 2 began with the two teams struggling at the bottom of the field. Ace 1 and Cream were both looking for their first win, but it was Ace 1 who seemed to genuinely innovate. Though Cream's team fights looked as dynamic as we've come to expect from the region, Ace 1 destroyed them with 15 minutes of solid map control focused play, bringing out new tactical depth as well as a star performance from eBuddy. Pain Gaming were next up in a roster rematch of the Season 2 finals against the reigning regional champions Nova Esports. Things looked good as they ground out a dominant early game until a truly wild moment of miscommunication undid all of their hard work. Pain never recovered, and neither did my heart, as Nova took a 2-0 win.
Somehow, someway, Nova after this fight underneath the tower. Under threat, it is gone as Nova Esports with one team fight sweep all the way back up the map and take game 1.
In Week 2, Latin America not only proved to be the closest region, but with no clear favourite, it's a region in which only genuine innovation will crown this season's champion. Our days on the Valor series always end with the call of a bald eagle as North America arrives, and this season the region is looking stronger than ever. Day 1 was led by Pride Stark, who remained undefeated, taking down Yukon Dynasty 2-0. Game 1 was in close contention though, as Yukon won multiple major team fights into the Elsu of Ra, forcing KZ Fox to pull out some heroics on the Raz to win the series cleanly. BM Gaming were the other regional favourites and the ones who looked shakiest coming into this weekend, with their surprise loss to Just For Fun last time. They had a tough opponent in the veteran roster of Dino Riders. Game 1 was decided by MTS getting Elsu in the draft, but Game 2 went a full 24 minutes as Dino Riders mounted an absurdly long hold after losing all 3 high ground towers in minute 17. North America's Day 2 were where things broke through, as everyone's favourite underdogs Just For Fun took on Yukon Dynasty in a close match. The Dynasty looked strong and looked to be picking up Game 1, but at the last moment, Tony Wright's Slims stepped up. Game 2 was also close, but Eugen recovered from their slip-up to secure a tied set. BM Gaming's inconsistency was tested again as they faced the underperforming Minority. In Game 1 they were simply outplayed. A strangely high-damage marksman comp from Minority unseated them and forced them to fight back Game 2 from behind, leaving the set at a 1-all tie. With BM Gaming struggling, only the Pride Stark Empire stands strong in North America, leaving the rest of the region as a mad scramble to the top. Thanks for watching Week 2's Valor Series recap. Be sure to tune in live to catch the Valor Series every weekend at 6 PM CET and 8 AM Pacific Time.